I've loved school since the time I was little, played school when I was at home. My sister was my student, and I've just always loved learning. As I began to learn how to teach others how to learn and try to grow that interest in them, I just loved having the idea that I could influence people and help them to become whatever they wanted to be, because I believe that if you learn and you have an education and you have the drive, you can grow up and be whatever you want to be. I never had a teacher of color until I got to college, ever. And I will never forget having my job interview at East Elementary and having those little kids look at me and saying, "Is she going to be our teacher?" I just thought, oh my gosh, I can let these kids see that they can be a teacher one day. And I had that experience also here. I had a little boy stop me in the hallway and he goes, "So, are you really the principal of this school?" And I said, "I absolutely am." And I said, "Well, what do you think about that?" And he just was like, "Wow." And so just trying to engage a kiddo and help them to understand how important it is, but make it learning fun for them was an excitement for me, but also to just invest in them as people and let them see that they are valuable even at their little selves. I mean, I think that my gift has always been relationships. And I think that if you have a relationship with a kiddo, you can get them to learn from you. And if you get them to learn from you and know how important it is, then that can change their life. And that's all I've ever wanted to do with kids, is help them have a better life and make a difference in their life. And I just think just by the fact that I look like some of these kiddos, it will put them at a little bit more ease. They can relate to me maybe just because of the basis of that. And if they can relate to me, then I can maybe get them. When you have somebody that looks like you, it makes you think maybe you could do that. And that's why representation at all levels of education matters, that kids can see someone that looks like them, that they feel might be able to understand them, and that they can learn from. They should see themselves in their classrooms, in their curriculum, in their education, period. And I just am so glad to be that for kids. I had a young lady tell me, "I'm going to be a principal when I grow up, and I'm going to be just like you." And I'm like, "No, don't be just like me, be better." But you can absolutely become a principal, and I hope that you do. When I was in the classroom, I was known for having great classroom management and great relationship skills with kids. I could reach those hard kids that other people had problems with, and a lot of times they were sent to me. So when I first came out of the classroom to become a behavior interventionist, I just kind of served those kiddos who had challenges that got them out of the classroom, and would do an intervention that would help them get back into the classroom. I developed relationships with some kids who otherwise might have been on the path to dropping out. And that was so very important to me, that I be a part of something that would help kids stay in school so they can learn, so they could have better opportunities in life. So when I came to Thorpe Gordon, they have the motto, "We can and we will." And I love that. And so to that, this year, I added every kid every day, because we can and we will serve every kid every day. I have an amazing staff. They show up for kids every day. They work so very hard, but it's not always translated to what people recognize as success, like as in iReady scores or MAP scores and things like that. So my dream for this school is that we work together to make progress and make gains in those areas, to show people that students that come from a school just because it's labeled Title I doesn't mean that they can't and won't perform. And I have the staff here that understands the demographic, and I have the staff here who cares about the demographic. And so my dream is that in the next couple of years that our students are performing where we know they can perform, because that is their expectation for themselves, not just our expectation, because that's something I would like to establish, just some pride about our school, pride about the job that we're here to do. And I want that from not only my staff, but also from my students, and just build that capacity and that mindset in everyone. My kind of leader is a servant leadership. When people walk into my school, I hope that they never know who the principal is, because I want to be so much a part of my team that we're all leaders. I hope to grow every staff member in my building in their capacity and strength as a leader in their right in our building. That's what I hope to do as a leader. But I also hope that they see me as sharing my leadership. Everybody has a strength, and we need to utilize everyone's strength to the utmost when we work at a building like this. And so that's what I hope to do as a leader. It's to just develop everybody at their strengths so that we can use it to the best of our school and our students.